Hey, fifth grade, welcome back to math. Today is Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. We are still talking about variables inside of multi-step word problems. Today, we will be representing multi-step word problems with a variable given in the scenario. Remember, the word variable means replacing a number or a solution with a letter or a symbol, and the scenario is the word problem. Yesterday, what I did notice with a lot of you guys that were working on the exit tickets were solving the problem, which is great. If you know how to do the multi-step problems and you know how to find the solution, awesome. But what we need to do is remember that if you are asked to build an equation, you don't always have to solve. You might have to look at an equation and figure out the equation that matches the problem with a variable in it. So today I kind of want to slow it down and make sure that you guys understand the concept of what a variable is. Remember that word variable? It's in our notes from yesterday. It is a symbol to represent a number or a letter that represents a number. So stay with me. Make sure that you have variables and multi-step problems on a new clean page. We are continuing with the same type of lesson that we did yesterday. You don't have to add anything new to your table of contents, but we are on a new clean page. If you need to pause the video here to do that, you can go ahead. So here is a we will. We will create an equation using a variable. Right here, I just want you to put your pencils down. I just want you to listen and follow along as I walk through this with my thinking and creating the equation for C, the cost of the purchase. So I just be patient with me. Put your pencils down and really just focus on what is being presented to you so that you know what to do when it's your turn on your exit ticket and in your independent work. So Angela bought a new school bag for $60. She then bought 3 pairs of socks for $8 each. What is the total cost of her purchase? So on our order of operations, we learned steps and putting parentheses. So we're going to use all the information that is given. We're going to create an equation for C equaling the cost of our purchase. So our variable here that we're going to use is C. Remember, we don't have to solve. We just need to be able to create an equation for what we are going to try to solve for. So on our cubes, you are going to circle all your numbers. We have $60. She bought a school bag, so I'm going to underline that. I'm going to write that down below. School bag equals $60. Then she bought 3 pairs of socks for $8 each and 3 pairs. So then I know that her socks were 3 pairs for $8 each. The question asks, what is the total cost of her purchase? So I'm looking for total. So we're going to create the equation without solving with all of this information. So the way to do that is you can start with the beginning part of your information. So we have $60. I'm going to change up the color here, and I'm going to use my top space that's above to create the equation with all of my given. And we're looking for our total. So I know I am spending $60. So my first step is I'm going to think, okay, I have $60 plus 3 times 8. 3 times 8. 3 times 8. And remember, on our order of operations, I can put my parentheses here. so that I know that it's the first step that I have to do. Once I get 3 times 8, then I can add that to my 60 to get my total. But I don't have to do all of that work today. I simply just want to build the equation. So all I have to do is my C. And I've created the equation. Create an equation for C, the cost of the purchase. And did I use all my information? $60 on the backpack, 3 pairs of socks for $8 each. And I'm looking for the total cost. If I do these steps, there's my equation. That is all we are doing. So if you want to pause the video here, you can, but you don't have to because we're going to practice a few on our own. These next 2, I want you to make sure that you are following along. I'm not going to make you write out all of the equations. They are short. You can pause the video here if you want to, but you don't have to. Again, we are going to walk through this one together. This time, you're going to walk with me to create the equation. So make sure you're paying attention, listening to the words. So here we have, Ryan has $75. So he has that. Then he bought. So I am going to underline these keywords. This is my cubes. 4 shirts for each, for $12 each. He bought 4 shirts. I'm going to circle all of that together. 4 shirts. Each one of them cost $12. How much money does he have left? So we're looking for money he has left. I'm going to box that word. He has left. So I'm thinking about, that sounds like subtraction. But I also know I'm doing multi-step problems, and we've been learning order of operations. So here we are going to create an equation using the variable M for money left over. So that is how we're going to build it. He has 75. But then he bought 4 shirts for $12 each. So those are the 2 things that we know. We are looking for how much money there is left. So going through the same steps that we have here, I'm looking to see the total that he has to start with. I'm going to start building my equation. This is where I want you to write down. Make sure you're following along as I walk through these steps, and I hope that my thinking out loud is helping guide the direction that you guys are supposed to be taking. So then you have $75. I spent, open parentheses, buying 4 shirts for $12 each, equals, do I have to solve? No, we don't. All we have to do is create a full equation. And remember, if you stick in your variable, you have your full equation. So that's it. We have created a variable equation, full equation. $75 subtracted. If I did the 4 times 12, I would get 48. Then if I actually solved, 75 minus 48 would give you how much money he has left. But this is an equation. If you flip it and you write M equals 75 minus 4 times 12, that works too. They're representing the same exact thing. Okay. We're going to do one more. This time, I'm going to not write down anything. I'm going to read it out loud. I want you to take a moment, pause the video, and try to solve this one on your own. So same thing. We will create an equation using a variable. Sandra had $50 in her wallet. She and her 3 friends shared the cost of a meal that was $60. How much money does she have left? This one is really hard. You're going to use the M as your variable. So Sandra has $50 in her wallet. She and her 3 friends. It's she and 3. So it's 1 plus 3. She and her 3 friends shared the cost of a total meal. That was $60. Pause the video here. See if you can build your equation based off of the information that is there. You are trying to figure out how much money did she have left. How much money does she have left? Pause the video here. Okay, let's check your work. So we're going to start with the same basic thing. We're solving for M. How much money does she have left over? So Sandra has $50. But she spends some of that. So subtract. How much money does she have left over? Open parentheses. She and her 3 friends. So that looks like $60 was the total. I'm going to divide that by 4 because it's her and her 3 friends. And that will give me my M. So check and see. Did you do it correctly? That is the equation. You don't have to solve. You simply just need to understand the process and build an equation that would give you a solution if you were asked to do that. That is all we are working on today. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, and Friday, we will be moving forward and solving problems with variables. But that is all we are practicing today. This next step is your exit ticket. You have 2 word problems, and this is inside of your Orgo workbook. I will give you the page numbers here in just a second. That is attached to your exit ticket Wednesday number 2. So inside of your Orgo workbooks, it has the page. You can use it to write down your work and then take a picture and go through. But you are going to build an equation with a variable for number 1, A and B. Before I release you to go to the independent work, I want you to make sure that you show me your answers to these equations before I say you're good to go to the independent work. I need to know that you are doing these correctly before you do the independent graded work. Okay. And then once you get finished with the exit ticket and I say you're good to go, here's your independent practice. It is on Orgo. It is page 97. You will create equations using the variables for 4 word problems. Number 2, A through D. Then on number 3, it is A through H. You are going to circle the part that you would do first if you were to solve the equation. So you're going to go through your order of operations. And remember, if you need to go back to your notes, you can, but you're going to circle or loop the part that you would do first if you were to actually solve the problems. Again, exit ticket first. Send me your answers so I can see them. If you're having problems taking a picture, let me know. But I want to make sure that you know how to do these before you are released to the independent graded part. All right, guys, I hope that everything that I gave you today is helpful for those of you that might have been stuck yesterday. I hope this helps you, and I will see you on the exit ticket.